DC Extended Universe is saved! Let's converse upon it. Hello, welcome back to Mario Pacheco's Swivel Chair Range. I'm Mario Pacheco, and this is my swivel chair. Coming at you raw and off the cuff once more, because I didn't have time to prepare anything a bit more polished. This is also going up a little later than I wanted it to. I'm trying to get these videos out once every week, and sometimes I don't know if I can do that.
Because I've lost control of my life.
But I wanted to get this one out while the news that came out of Comic-Con last week is still relevant. And by that, of course, I mean the trailers for Wonder Woman and Justice League. First, though, I'd like to give my thoughts on the last and most controversial installment of the DC Extended Universe, Batman v Superman. So, okay, well, I like Batman v Superman a lot more than most people. I agree with those who said that Ben Affleck is one of the best Batmans to ever grace the silver screen. I admit, though, there's quite a bit that was wrong with Batman v Superman. The pacing is a bit wonky in the first half, and Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor was kind of ridiculous. Batman v Superman reminded me of something very important. Deep in my very heart of hearts, I'm a DC fanboy. When I was 3, I watched the 1966 Batman series. I grew up watching Batman the Animated Series. I even would watch reruns of Super Friends on Cartoon Network. I think that's pretty much the first place I encountered Aquaman and Wonder Woman, frankly. One thing I noticed about Batman v Superman that I don't think a lot of people did, which enhanced my enjoyment of it, was I think that Zack Snyder sees the Justice League as a superhero church, with obviously Superman as Jesus. Now I know the Superman as Jesus metaphor is something that's been popular in most recent years, but I say it actually goes back to Superman's very beginnings. Now, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, the creators of Superman, based his origin story a bit on the story of Moses. And in the Gospel of Matthew, Matthew compares the life of Jesus at times to moments in the story of Moses. So even at Superman's very beginning, there's tenuous connection between him and Jesus. And this idea also explains one of the oddest things in Batman v Superman, that being the visions Batman has. Certainly that's very odd because Batman is supposed to be the world's greatest detective. Batman's skill when it comes to deductive reason is just as strong as his honed physical strength. So it seems odd that he's having these prophetic dreams and stuff. But it makes sense when you think of the Justice League as a superhero church. In the superhero church, Batman is a prophet for some reason. And that's why he has these visions. And even Lex Luthor asks for Batman's head. If he had asked for Batman's head on a platter, then he'd be John the Baptist, who in the Christian tradition is considered the last of the Old Testament prophets. In case you haven't already seen the Justice League and Wonder Woman trailers, now since I don't want to run afoul of any copyright issues with DC and Warner Brothers, I'm not going to include the entire footage of the Justice League and Wonder Woman trailers in this video, but I shall have these helpful links right here, or in the description, where you can go see them and then come back here. And I'll just wait. You done? You ready? Okay. So first, my thoughts on the Wonder Woman trailer. The thing that immediately pops out with the Wonder Woman trailer is how colorful it is. Something that's been brought up with Batman v Superman and Man of Steel before it was how the color seems to be drained out of everything for whatever reason, apparently to make it more grim and moody, and just why? Sometimes you can barely make out the red and blue in Superman's costume. But here, though, they seem to have not done that, which is great. Even in the sort of darker and gray World War I battlefield scenes, it seems that Wonder Woman's costume is a lot brighter than everything else. It's almost like the opposite. Also, Steve Trevor, as portrayed by Chris Pine of Star Trek fame, he is amazing in this trailer, and he also helps bring a lighter tone to it, which is also an important thing. The past DCEU films have been criticized for being way too serious, and it seems that this one won't be as serious, and hopefully will have that balance. It seems that Steve Trevor is doing his part in contributing to that. Also, Wonder Woman will be the first time that DC is actually going to beat Marvel. Now that it's just painfully obvious that Batman v Superman is DC desperately trying to play catch up with the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But with Wonder Woman, they finally get ahead. Wonder Woman will be the first superhero film from either one of them to have a female superhero lead. Marvel's Captain Marvel doesn't come out until 2019. So finally, DC is ahead, at least when it comes to female superhero movies. And the trailer ends with that really cool theme music for Wonder Woman that we first heard in Batman v Superman. So I, for one, can't wait for this movie. Now, could all the stark differences between Wonder Woman and the past DCEU films be just because it's directed by Patty Jenkins and not Zack Snyder? Well, not exactly. That brings me to the Justice League trailer. And it's clear that Zack Snyder seems to be learning from some of the pratfalls of the previous two DCEU films. Like Wonder Woman, it has a much lighter tone. And part of the reason why is Ezra Miller as the Flash. Ezra Miller as the Flash is the best thing about this trailer. And he's definitely keeping things light, hopefully contributing to a much more balanced tone in this film than in the previous films. It also seems to be avoiding that whole, draining the color out. And it's a bit more colorful. You can definitely tell the Flash's suit is red. Yet this still feels like a Zack Snyder film. You have the upbeat, hard rock music soundtrack, some epic visuals, and I think that's great. Because I liked Batman v Superman, and I liked Man of Steel before. I was concerned in the fallout of Batman v Superman that Zack Snyder would be forced out or he would not be allowed to do what he wants to do. Especially in regards to that superhero church thing I was talking about earlier. Now originally, I thought that the upcoming film Suicide Squad would be the film that would make or break the DCEU. It still could. People are excited about it. It's more colorful and it does seem to have a bit of a lighter tone. And David Ayer is handling it. However, there are some concerns about how the Joker looks and how Harley Quinn looks and how their possible characterization and how the female characters are dressed in general and all kinds of other stuff. But now that we've had a closer look at Wonder Woman and Justice League, it already looks like they're going to make it rather than break it. At least I hope so. To conclude, DC and Warner Brothers and even Zack Snyder seem to be learning from the mistakes that have been made in the previous two installments of the DCEU. Regardless of what happens with Suicide Squad, it already looks like 2017 will be a winning year for the DCEU. The DCEU is finally getting started for real. And it starts with Wonder Woman and Justice League. And I'm definitely looking forward to it. This concludes Mario Pacheco's solo share of Rage. If you have any thoughts on the matter, please leave them down in the comments. Thank you for watching. God bless you all, and God bless America. If you like what you have seen, please like and subscribe, all those nice things. If there's anything you'd like to hear me talk about, leave them down in the comments, and I'll look into it. Until next time.